So the New Orleans attack was a shock. It was. I couldn't sleep. And but I did get some sleep. But yeah, learning everything about it was just terrible. And um, he was just picking sides. He was picking sides, obviously, and it looked like it's in his genetics from his name and the way he looks. I guess he felt like it was in his genetics or something. But he was American, and so he's basically betrayed the country he was born in. Um, I don't look at myself like a traitor. I would never want to betray my country, and I love my country, and um, you know, humanity is really complicated. It ain't just real simple. But you know, we're a lot better than what we used to be. Just read some stuff about history. Trust me. Just read some stuff about history and the way things used to be. Um, it could easily be one-sided or the other side. History was so fragile in the country's evolution and all that. It's just a miracle about how, I mean, like I don't want to say it's a miracle about how we are, but it's like it's almost random. It's like taking pieces out of the Jenga pile, trying to, you know, just like history is messed up, and it could be one side or the other that's more dominant. It's just about technology. So if you hold your people back, if say religion gets in the way and you hold your people back from studying things and learning, the technology does not progress very fast. Like there's something happening in America where the innovation is getting slowed down. It's getting stifled by I don't know. I want to say because the price of college and the regulations or something. Just things are in the way. There's tons of smart people that don't go to college because they don't want to pay like all that money, and they didn't try enough to get the scholarship. And so they just end up learning on their own and trying to make things happen on their own. And so there might come a change pretty soon in the cost of college and stuff. Like, once you learn about Europe and that, people in Germany, they don't pay any money to go to college. Uh, it's like included in the taxes or something like that. But, people don't really want to go to college just because of the price of college in America. So that's why, the preps in school, they was prepping to get that scholarship to get the high grades so they can go forth with college and all that. But like on the topic that I was talking about, well, we got separation of church and state. Our separation of church and state is uh, helps give people more freedom to follow the life that they want to live themselves. It's about yourself, it's individual freedom. To be an American is to have individual freedom, and it's supposed to be meritocracy. And what meritocracy is when if you get the good grades, if you get the good reputation, the respect, and you treat people with respect, you can make something of yourself, and you can do good in America and have a good life. That's what meritocracy is. And so, you know, maybe that's why China got rid of the religions and stuff. Like, they say China got rid of their religions. Um, I really don't know what kind of religions they had, but yo, what's up, Conehead? And like, I'm not really sure if the Middle East has separation of church and state, but it seems like their religion has a stronghold on their civilization and they're falling behind. So if it wasn't for all the oil, they wouldn't have a lot of the money that they have. But yeah, so maybe that's why China got rid of their religions, if they did, if it's true, because it's like it gets in the way of innovation, like technology. Just, like judgmentalness, it's like you don't deserve this and that, blah blah blah, like come on. It's like you're a sinner and you're gonna go to hell. Nah, man. And then people get a cursed mindset where they think that every little thing that they do is gonna backfire on them and give them a bad time. And then every time something bad happens, they think it's their fault or their people's fault or it's somebody's fault. But no, it's just the randomness. It's the free willpower that we have on the earth. We're free on the earth. The animals, I know a lot of times looking at the animals, they're freer than we are. They don't have to worry about whose property, what government organization this is, you know what I'm saying, all the drug laws and just like speed limit. The animals are freer than we are because they don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. But we got the big brain. We got the big brain. Humans have the big brain. And I think that we judge people too much. And it's, once I seen that stuff on the news about what happened and everything in New Orleans, it's once they start pulling out his bad life circumstances that he's going through, the stress is too much. The stress of his divorce or his business, his company, maybe his blood, you know what I'm saying, his genetics, like whatever it may be, like all that stuff, you put all that stuff together and it starts to make sense because people bite more than what they can chew sometimes. And I don't know, it's too much. Like, learning everything of the world is too much. The technology makes the world feel small. You know what I'm saying? We got the technology, like, the world just feels small. And it's stressful knowing all that stuff. Yo, what's up, Jisa? Yo, thanks for the sub. Yeah, but It's real stressful to know everything that's happening in the world. So, I mean, it's okay to tune out. Like, I respect those people that want to tune out. So, there's hobbies and things, like you can make your own club. We got the freedom to make our own club. You know, Go shopping, go do something, have fun, go have fun. Stop thinking about all the problems in the world. It's too frustrating for a lot of people. Can't handle it. Just don't even worry about it because the people with money, the people with money are making more choices. They have more power than we do. I mean, yeah, it's not supposed to be like that, but it's like, you know, since it's a donation economy. They want to do business with each other, type of thing. Money talks, bullshit walks, whatever. What I'm talking about is that, like, since the 70s or something, like, the political thing, um, like it used to be called a bribe, but now they take donations. They'll, so countries are like throwing money back and forth. And it's bigger than you and me. So, that's why there's so many hobbies. Like, we got the freedom of choice here. Like the RCs with Tower Hobbies. If you go to towerhobbies.com, you'll see all the remote controls. You can order a subscription, they'll send you magazines, you can just order online, whatever, but that's a hobby. That's a hobby that I learned from my stepfather, just to be happy about something. Yeah, I played Counter-Strike 2 video games. I'm like a big video gamer, and I've played a lot of video games, and, you know, like Bad Boy is talking about, just don't let the stress of the world consume you, because it will consume you. And, you know, just don't, just, you don't have to pick sides, type of thing. But, so that's why, people would rather not even listen to the BS. They would rather tune out. And like I said, like, I respect those people. I don't, if they don't want to hear bad news, we'll stop talking to them. You know? It's like, I don't go around talking about all the bad news in the world in public. I keep to myself. I don't want to be stressing folks out. So I'm not one of these YouTubers that is talking about, fear. But fear is natural, like, it's common sense. But none of those people was expecting that, and it was uncalled for. It's not right. They was supposed to fix the barriers starting a few months ago. They was going to try to get it done before January, February with Mardi Gras. So that's why they didn't have the barriers there. They really don't know. The dude from the city council was like, well, he really don't know. Like, they don't know whose fault it was yet, but it's probably just the bureaucracy, like the slowness of it all. I don't know what it was. But they're lucky to have stopped him as fast as they did, because he would have tried to do, like, he would have tried to do more damage. So even though they didn't have the billards, bollards, whatever you call it, the barriers, the poles, the concrete poles, um, the cops did save lives by stopping him, like right when he was about to get out. The cops was there, ready, and they stopped him. But yeah, like, it's a shock to me because uh, my stepbrother, like, I remember a picture that he took, and he was in the French Quarter, but his mama was from the French Quarter or whatever. So my stepbrother, rest in peace, his soul, um, he spent some time down there, off and on. I never did go spend time down there. I didn't really want to, but like, I've been to New Orleans. I've had crab burgers. I went to my stepbro's funeral back in 2009. And I saw his family members and stuff. And um so yeah, I'm kind of connected to New Orleans, but not really. Like, I really don't I really don't want to be down there. I mean, I appreciate all the crabs and the shrimps and seafood and stuff, But I mean, what else can I say? I already said what I had to say. It's just sad. So the with the attacker, the terrorist guy, it just looks like, he became religious on that side, and he just kind of, he flipped out. He flipped out from the stress of his life, probably. So, and they say that Islam is like only 1,000 years old. Um, there used to be the Ottoman Empire. Uh, like, all that stuff used to be called Persia. And yeah, there's people talking about that place today, like way, way back, like 30,000 years ago. It was called Samaria, Sumer, and they had their clay tablets and stuff. And yeah, they did tell one of their kings was had told their people to make an ark, and they made little arks. Um, you can watch the documentary on YouTube. They make little ark that look like a ball. It looked like a coconut. So, and they say that a lot of the Bible stories has bits and pieces of like that kind of stuff in it, with Christianity and all that. It's like, it's so old. That stuff's so old. And things have changed. Like I said, the separation of church and state, it's been a really good thing, and lots of inventions and innovation, lots of progress has been made. So, it is what it is. And um, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's terrifying for a lot of people, but just know that if they had separation of church and state, maybe they could make a lot more progress and be happier and judge less. Because if you want to live a happier life, you have to judge less. If you want to be less stressed out, you have to stop caring so much about what people have to say, what, like, the way that they feel, because it's just going to bring you down. You don't want to bring yourself down. You don't want to stay down all the time, because then you never want to do anything. You don't want to go out, don't want to see friends, don't want to talk to people. It's not healthy. It's not healthy to live in fear, so don't live in fear. Just protect yourself. Buy the tools, the armor, whatever. But those people were innocent and they didn't deserve what happened to them. And so it's a shock. And I mean, yeah, so what can you do, you know? But yeah, so just, try to have respect for the people and all that. And like, I don't really believe in, them, like, I mean, you know, like, I guess the way that the press talks to people, they ask permission first. But you see people that aren't shy to get on camera, and the press is like talking about their name and everything. It's like some people just are not shy, but people, there's some people that they really value their privacy. So, you know, if something like that happens, they don't want to talk to the news or whatever. So, don't bother them. Have some respect for people's privacy. So. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna smoke a bowl and I'm gonna end it. So, just try not to consume a bunch of negativity, because if you consume a bunch of negativity, it's gonna give you post-traumatic stress disorder, like you was there. And then it's like it comes back in your mind, and it comes back in flashbacks and stuff, and it's hard to deal with. So, you know, people that know, they already know. But it's like, it's just a lesson learned. Once you learn your lesson about it, just move on. But, it's going to stick with you forever. You're not going to be able to get rid of it. So that's why, when like something bad happens and then I want to tell somebody or show somebody and they don't want to see it or talk about it, that's what that is. It affects the central nervous system. Makes you feel all antsy and jittery. Like, you know, like feeling kind of paranoid out here. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. That's natural. A little paranoia is completely natural. You're self-aware. You don't want to completely tune out, but it does help to just, stay focused on what you're focused on what you want to be focused on. But yeah. So like I listened to a prepper. His name is Green Greggs. You can subscribe to his channel. He's been warning folks for a few months now. And yeah, it's Green Greggs. GREENGREGS. And he's a good dude. But he exercises his freedom of speech, but he gets shadow banned and censored. Maybe he's telling too much. Or just the way the censorship is, y'all, it's easy to get demonetized. That's all I that's all I know. But preppers come a dime a dozen. Like there's so many prepper channels out there. Just be choosy. Like I'm choosy who I listen to, but the algorithm puts us in a bubble that we kind of forget about the other people. But like all the preppers out there, shout out to all the preppers that have been warning folks. But like I said, I don't really like to talk about it too much because I feel like the more they talk about it, the worse it gets. But it's like the people talking about the bad stuff is always talking, so we might as well talk about our good stuff or whatever. Like it's like it's just a bunch of pollution, y'all. So be choosy on where you get your pollution from. Yep. That's about it. The camera quality is a shock. Yes, it is. It's a TCL made in China or Taiwan or something. They was talking about how China was gonna stop shipping drones. I got a cheap drone made from China. They're gonna outlaw cars now. See, that's what I'm saying. We gotta represent our freedoms and just don't be afraid to speak up. Yeah, I know it's it's like they say that we're too decadent. Like with Rome, with the Romans, they was wearing leather vests, like armor, like every day, and then they stopped wearing that and they started wearing silk from China. And it's like we're all walking around in soft clothes. That's what they call decadence. But I'm still in shock. You know, that stuff is traumatizing. Yeah, like things that's happened in my life, like I'm still in shock, and they call it a freeze response. The terminology for it is a freeze response. And it's hard to move on in life. And the only advice I can give is just never stop learning. Don't stop learning. Learn your way out of your depression. Use music. But it's a Jedi mind trick. It's a Jedi mind trick to be happy about going and doing something. It's like you're just overthinking. Like, go and do it. Be happy about doing something. Stop thinking about it so much. As soon as you get to the truck or the car, you're going to feel good about being outside, and then, trust yourself and make your moves. But sitting inside all the time and just thinking and thinking and thinking, it just creates a vortex of anxiety. It's like drop and do 5 push-ups. But yeah, saw on the news this morning that they're gonna put a cancer label on alcohol. Alcohol causes 7 different types of cancer: throat cancer, mouth cancer, voice box cancer, liver cancer, and a few more other ones. Because I don't even know if I trust this stuff, because it'd be giving me a tummy ache, because it's synthetically derived from hemp, which is the male plant of the weed. That's weed. The cannabis plant, the female plant, is the medicinal traditionally used, but that's why I love weed so much, because it helps me relieve stress. It helps people forget about all the problems. And it wakes up the mind to think about things the mind likes thinking about. Or, I'm stimulated enough to read a book or play a video game or whatever, just. But when I'm at work, I really don't like to be on weed. Coffee's bad enough, I get all jittery on coffee. But the weed definitely helps me not be so pissed off, because, reality makes people stress, and they rage. The anger is the opposite side of depression. So when the depression comes, it could be a lot of anger coming with it. But after learning how to control the anger, that's when a person learns how to be happy about stuff again. Because they don't want to feel the depression. Because the depression just holds people down from doing the things that they're good at. So that was all anger. But he was gonna be depressed. Like, that dude was suicidal. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, be happy about your life, be happy about something, and, you know, have faith in something, anything. Just try not to stress so much. It's okay to have hope. But yeah, y'all have a good one, and I guess I'm gonna stop this one here.